I'm Ronnie Luff. I've been with Vista approximately 34 years.
We're the Hacketts, and we've been members roughly 12 years and
Going to 32.
32 years.
My name is Bill Dingy, and I've been a member here for 26 years.
My name is Peter Rejo. I've been a member of the Vista Fire Department for 14 years.
Hi, I'm Mark Albert, and I've been a member for 4 years.
I'm Jennifer Dingy. I've been a member for 2 years.
My name is Linda Scott, and I moved to Vista 2 years ago, and I've been in the fire department for just 2 years.
My biggest reason I joined was when the South Salem Presbyterian Church burnt, and I listened to it on the radio, and I realized how badly they needed help in all aspects of firefighting here in South Salem, and that was the reason I joined.
And yes, I've been a member for 32 years. I joined primarily because at the time a lot of my friends were joining, and I think the reason that most of us do it for the community service, to help our neighbors, our friends, and that's what probably has evolved over my career and time in here, and that's been probably one of the most rewarding parts, is being able to be there for our friends, our neighbors, and the community at large.
I joined because my uncle had been a firefighter, and I remember when we were growing up and going to school, he would come to school for fire prevention with the ladder truck and climb that, and I found that very interesting, and I used to visit him at the firehouse quite often, so I just wanted to continue the family tradition.
I made the decision to join the fire department in 1996. Prior to that time, I really went by the firehouse. I had visited it with my sons. I even participated in a blood drive, but I figured being a firefighter was something that other people in the community could do. Then in 1996, there was a fire at my neighbor's house. I was very impressed with the professionalism shown by the members in putting out the fire and in effect preventing the fire from coming onto my property and impacting my family and my house. At that time, I decided that I would make time and join the fire department.
I got sick, and I ended up flat on my back, and had to call for an ambulance. A couple of members of the Vista Fire Department came by with the ambulance, and the police showed up, and I remember thinking to myself, wow, this is really something. I didn't expect to ever need a service like this. I didn't expect that this would ever happen to me. And all of a sudden, these complete strangers, people who were in my town, I probably bumped into them at one point or another, one of them I actually knew, came into my house in the middle of the night, carried me down a flight of stairs carefully, took me off to the hospital, let me know that everything was going to be okay. And here are these people. I don't even know them. And they're giving up their free time, their emotions, their life, their late night to help some guy they don't even know. And I realized that was a very special thing. And I decided to partake in that.
I joined because I've been involved with the fire department for a long time, so as a little kid, because of my dad just growing up. And so when I finally turned 16, I kind of decided that it was what I wanted to do.
For me personally, there's many, and there's a lot of what we call the old war stories, which I really won't get into. Probably one of the proudest moments was when I was able to serve as chief of the department, which I did for 3 years. It kind of pinnacles your career, and it gave me an opportunity to serve in that ultimate position, and I really found it to be very, very rewarding. The respect that not only that you get from your own department, the community, and the other organizations in town. I just found that whole experience to be very rewarding. Has its challenges, no doubt, but I really enjoyed it the most. Secondly, I think was probably having my own children, join the organization, and then have Marge join, a little bit later on and come in with us. So the war stories, yeah, they're out there, being able to help the community. But I think probably for me, being the chief and having the family be with us.
I have a gal that comes to me at work, and she says, "Oh, you don't remember me, but you saved my daughter's life." And I like, oh, and it turns out her daughter is now 11, and we went on a call to her house when the child was a toddler.
I would say the day I became chief. I worked really hard, worked my way through the ranks in those 20 plus years, and became chief in 2003.
was a car accident one night, and the next day the woman's husband brought her 2 kids in, and the little kid just like runs up to me and just gives me a big hug, and it just kind of put a smile on my face, and I think about that a lot.
The reason I think a person should join is it's the most rewarding feeling when you help somebody. Here in Vista we have both EMS and firefighting, and you get a chance to do both, which a lot of departments don't. And next day you see somebody you help and they shake your hand and thank you. It's probably the most rewarding thing in life.
It gives you a job responsibility within the community, and I admit that I'm very prejudiced. I think that the fire service, emergency services, while there's no disparaging any of the other volunteer organizations out there, I consider it to be one of the highest and the best you can possibly do. Not only for the community, as I've said, but also for yourself. I think the rewards sometimes may be small, but the rewards are great.
To help the community, and as well, possibility for a future profession in the fire service. I became a paid firefighter as well after joining here.
Well, it's kind of cheesy, but I just, knowing that you've helped someone even in the smallest bit, just that's what keeps me going in the middle of the night when it's cold and raining and I'd rather be sleeping. Just knowing that there's a chance that you just change someone's life, even the smallest bit, is just a really great feeling.
It's great to be part of the American volunteer experience and just being a person with friends, all kinds of friends in a department like ours.